hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, Entertainment? So time comes out with another video. I know y'all all wanted my opinion on the whole Katt Williams interview. Y'all, I had to watch it a couple times over just to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. So the interview, I really liked it. Like, I feel like I learned a lot more about Katt Williams than I ever knew about him in my life, to be honest. So I really appreciated that, the fact that he did this interview and it was as long as it was. Now, Shannon Sharpe is no journalist. Okay. So of course we gotta kind of take what he does, at a limit. Other journalists and stuff would have probably went a lot further in detail with some of the questions that they asked, but at the end of the day, he is just a former athlete that just started a podcast. All right. I see this whole debate online about people that were former athletes and former musicians, former artists, whatever you may call it, that start podcasts, and how they're sort of ribbing and ripping off like actual journalism and making it not as hard to get into as it was before. I agree with that a little bit, and it all depends. It goes to me by the person. I feel like Shannon does it in a way that's appropriate. He sits them down, he doesn't interrupt them. He asks them a lot of questions that some of us wanted to know. And the way that he does it, it's not gimmicky. It's not in a way where he's sort of making a joke of journalism. That's what I do appreciate about Shannon. So with this interview, we learned a lot about his childhood. He said his family was religious. He would read 3,000 books a year from 8 to 12. That is a little crazy. And at first I was like, this nigga lying. How you gonna read that much books in a year? But then y'all got to think about it. Around that time frame, the internet wasn't booming as it was back then. So there was no Instagram and all these social media platforms that will literally distract you from doing what you have to do. So I could believe that he read that much books within that time span, because there wasn't too much out there really to do. And especially with his family being so religious, he probably had to stay in the house 95% of the time. So all he really had to do was to really read and learn. So that is good. And it kind of goes into effect as to why he's so knowledgeable the way that he is. He said he left at home at 13 to Florida. I said, I know you lied. That nigga moved to Miami at 13. And he was saying, what I liked about this interview, he would drop gems in between the questions and answers. Like, I appreciate that. Like, I felt like I was watching like a seminar, low key, with jokes, right? So he dropped the gem. Basically, he said, don't be afraid. Just because you're afraid, it shouldn't stop you from doing what you have to do, because as long as you don't have bad intentions and you trust God, you should be able to accomplish what you need. I said, I know that's right. Bitch, I wanted to start doing the snaps like I was in my speakeasy. I said, I know, preach. Okay. That's 100% true. For him to move out that young says a lot. Sometimes you really do got to step out on faith. Y'all, I did that last year and stepped out on faith. I'm telling you, it's the best thing you could do. And don't ever look back, because on God in heaven, like, it's going to be the best thing you can do. Okay. Some of my entertainers been DMing me because I talked about like certain stuff like therapy and stuff like that. And like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, step out on faith and do certain stuff that you scare may not work out, because you only live once. Imagine had he not did that, he would not be where he is right now, spilling the tea on everybody and getting up in everybody's business. Okay, so sometimes it's really great to just step out on faith and just take that risk on yourself, because you'll either fail, but at least you took the risk and fail. But then if you succeed, you're gonna love yourself for succeeding. Okay, so it sounds like his family was a little bit toxic, and that's why he had to move out. He was saying that basically he didn't like being accused of not being a virgin, which when he was. So I'm kind of like, he would kind of play around with words when it comes to the whole family situation. And Shannon even asked him like, hey, did you get abused verbally and mentally? And then he was like, no. I didn't say that. But then he kind of insinuated that he did. So I'm like, which one is it? So it's given that he did, but he's not trying to put his family out there and put his family business out there. So he rather just put these celebrities' business out there, which I thought was a big old key. Okay. So at 13, this nigga was homeless literally in Miami. He said he used to steal radios and sell them in Miami. I told y'all this is the city of finesse. Do you want the jouet? I'm getting the jouet. Okay. The nigga got the jouet. Listen, back in the day, them niggas used to have to hustle and bustle, and there was no online to get the hustle and bustle on. You literally had to physically get your hustle and bustle on. So that nigga was selling radios, anything you could name in Brickell. It wasn't Brickell, but y'all, that's just a known Miami city that most of you guys will probably be familiar with. All right. So he's also mentioned he was named Cat in the Hat before he was named Katt Williams, and he said Disney sent him a cease and desist. You know you gotta be that nigga to be sent a cease and desist, because god damn, this nigga was named Cat in the Hat. Y'all know the movie Cat in the Hat, so of course they was with that, because of course he started making some moves and started making some moolah. Although he wasn't that rich around that time, they still sent him a cease and desist to make sure to protect their brand. Now, he started doing comedy in Florida around like 13, 14 years old. And then we get into the key of it all. Mind you, he opened this interview reading everybody. Like, that's what was funny about it. Like, usually, like, interviews, they start off, they kind of warm you up a little bit. They start, giving a little bit of an introduction. Like, oh, how did you grow up? This nigga started reading from the jump. He's like, Rickey Smiley, that nigga a liar, okay? He never had my role. He was always the Santa. That nigga never had my role. He tried to make it seem like he had my role to make it seem like we're on the same level. So he started with all that reading first. But then Shannon did a great job with bringing and rearing back the interview to where we could still get to know him before we start reading back these people and exposing these people. Now, he talked about Wanda Smith. So if y'all don't know Wanda Smith is the lady who was on the radio. As Katt Williams said, bitch, you big on the radio, okay? And tried to basically read Katt Williams, and Katt Williams wasn't really having it. And I remember watching this, and she deserved it, because you tried to be funny, and then this is why you shouldn't try to read people when your vernacular is not up to par, because Katt Williams said your gnarled fingers. She probably didn't even know what that was, and he mentioned that in the interview. So it goes to show you, as to comedic wise, you shouldn't try to verse off with everybody, because you may not be on their level. Now, with this interview, Wanda was a little bit rude. She kept interrupting him. She was a little bit, like, you could tell she was kind of trying to get him to say or sound stupid, but Katt kind of caught on to her game. Now, she asked him, what do you cook for your kids? Some of his kids are adopted as well. This was also mentioned in the interview too.
Do you cook for your kids?
Absolutely.
Tell me some of the things you cook that they are proud of. Like, Dad made some. You got the best spaghetti. You got the best steak. What do you have? Tell us what you cook.
As a father of 7 with an unlimited food budget, you can make whatever is necessary.
I
with
said
7,
what they like.
Excuse me.
I said, what do they like?
Just because you're a poor interviewer doesn't mean.
You answer the question and just tell me.
Man, you're a strong black woman. Is it okay for me to answer?
Come on.
You keep interrupting the answer. Everyone can hear it. It sounds like you like me a little bit. It's starting to bleed over the airwaves.
It is.
Oh, really?
I want to let everybody know that Wanda got some lipstick on right now with enough glitter for the 4th of July 2020.
That's right. Kissable lips.
So what do you...
Wanda had more glitter on her lips than Lolly had in her pocket. Like, it was crazy the amount of glitter she had on her lips. Wanda had a gold glitter on her lips, looking as if she just kissed a leprechaun. Now, she is a comedian herself. So I think that's why she thinks she could have sparred with Katt.
Cook, Katt.
All right. So the thing is, with 7, you become a good cook just because you got too many different opinions. Like 4 of these is daughters. So I got a daughter that only eats vegetables. And then I got a daughter that only eat meat. And I got a daughter there. So you might make lasagna, but you understand that only 4 or 5 people out of 8 are
have
going lasagna. So then you have to do a vegetarian lasagna just so that you can cut the difference. And then because these are Negro children, you make chicken wings and make 1 dozen of those. So you got a regular lasagna, a vegetarian lasagna, and 12 wings. And then you fill it out with salad and bread, and then a port reserve dollars that'll feed 7 people.
All right.
I love it.
The hood education from Katt Williams.
Okay.
All right. Red Grant.
How many kids you got, Wanda?
I have 3 boys.
Excellent.
Yes, I do.
Aren't boys simple?
Can be. They can be. That's all right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Your boys,
They like for me to. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli and they love my baked chicken.
Hey, right now, look up your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli, and tell me does it say heat up water? That's the only step in broccoli. Heat up water. Simmer. Have you ever heard of burned broccoli? Can you burn broccoli? You can't burn it because it's made in a pot of water.
You don't know nothing about.
You know what a second meal they love from it? What I do with corn.
Whatever.
I like to get it out that can and I put it in there. And then I get a can of water and I put it on there. And then I get some Zatarans. They don't expect that. I sprinkle
I am a great cook. Whatever.
Yes, ma'am. You good at heating stuff up.
You're good at telling us about what's going on in jail.
Yes, ma'am, and getting out to tell you. But I'm going to tell you at an arena named Phillips, and you going to tell me at the Atlanta Comedy Theater.
That's right, true.
Tomorrow, be there.
All right.
Red Grant show. I know
Red
I'll
Grant.
be there. Don't miss it.
Red Grant, Katt Williams, thank y'all for coming through, man.
Yes.
And thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank you for coming in.
I see why people come to Wanda's show.
Yeah.
Because Frank Ski puts it down.
That's right. Get on out of here with that crazy ass.
Is he crazy?
And here up and get to the salon. All right, it's the People Station Viewer 3. Your hair is kind of.
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't.
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled
Well,
fingers.
come here.
While you on air.
Come
So
on.
they can hear you live.
Come on. Let me come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry. Ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have to. I don't want them to. Get on out of here. You okay? You okay? Are you all right?
Only one of our hands moving while we talk.
Are you all right this morning? Are you okay?
Red Grant, Atlanta Comedy.
Tell Wanda to take off them headphones and that wig.
And make sure.
That wig and that
And
headphones
take
come
off them
together.
old ass clothes you got on. How about that? Yeah, they're old.
Versace, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It
She
said
said,
Versace.
I want to apologize to the people at Versace Collection. This is your 2019 summer line that hasn't come out.
But you had to open it up and show us it was
it-
Versace. I wanted to.
No, I didn't have to
past
open
but
it
you
up.
did,
These
though.
people are on radio. They can't see anything.
Yeah, but you opened it up so we could see it.
Yes,
We see
ma'am.
it. Well, happy.
And happy whatever
for you.
stories for the Black Lane Bryant.
That's right. That's right. Very proud.
Okay, let's
Very
play some
proud.
music real quick if we can. We going to a break real quick?
Very
All right, cool. We
proud.
go to a break.
Shout outs to Forever 21
Yeah.
Necklace Collection.
That's right. Shout out.
They don't
to
remember
you.
me for wilding out, right? I'm not the right one to Jones on.
Get this inmate out of here.
If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me down.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600,
Whatever, little mama.
I'm Lil Mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
And what
girl.
are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
Yes,
big in
ma'am.
prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it
yeah.
off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay,
No.
Calm
No.
down. Calm down.
Only one of us has
Calm
$12 worth
down.
of jewelry on.
No,
No.
No, $12.
No. That all is
$12,
available.
boo.
If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you come on down?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
The show starts at 9. Wanda gets to the stage at 9:17. Please come on down.
Go, Shay, please come get Miss Katt and do her hair.
She's almost out of breath. Be careful now. Even on the radio, you can hear the fact that exercise has crept into her vocabulary.
Hurry up, little mama. We're done.
You already used that one. Don't repeat your
and
jokes,
I'm
Fresh
Go ahead. We'll go to
Get
break.
your ass out of here.
Okay, so after that read, apparently they tried to get Katt Williams and get the Glock on him. Okay, they tried to get him. They literally tried to unalive him, and he said this in the interview how that was crazy to him because she really did deserve it, and how it was stupid that she was using like the fact that he was allegedly gay as an insult. Because I guess around that time that did drop, I do remember she got roasted because one, she kind of did deserve it, and then two, her only comeback was the her and calling her Mrs. and trying to make it seem like he's gay or something, and she didn't use her comedic skills and do a even enough banter back and forth. So he talked about that in the interview too. Now let's get to the roasting of all the people. So a lot of people got sprayed during this interview, and I agree with a lot of what he said. I feel like when it comes to comedians, some of them that are pushed out in the media to me were never funny. One of them being Michael Blackston. I never found this man funny. Ever. I found him gimmicky. I don't think some of the stuff he says is hilarious. He just tries to be offensive to try to make it funny. So he got read in the interview, and basically Katt Williams basically said like, this nigga's not funny, and there's actually funny comedians in Africa. So Michael Jackson clapped back at this and said, Katt Williams is a very smart midget nigga. He took shots at the top 10 comedians alive today so we could all respond to him and make him relevant again. Because, he uses that thick accent. Even though he talks with accent, but he accentuates it even more to try to make himself funnier. He said, I can't believe this lying, dehydrated leprechaun said he told me to build a school. I only built a school so the kids can whip you up for free, Madasaka. You know how he said the Madasaka. He said, Katt Williams is the definition of top 10 comedians of all time and top 5 alive. But we all have to agree that he's not Katt of 2005. Okay, and then he said the top 10 black comedians alive is Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock. Now, Tyler J. Williams was funnier than Chris Rock. How about that? Okay, his own actor who played his character in Everybody Hates Chris is funnier than Chris Rock to me. Chris Rock to me has never been funny. Sorry. I will say Everybody Hates Chris, though. I found that show extremely funny. That's one of my favorite sitcoms ever. And I really feel like it don't get the proper flowers that it deserves. But Chris Rock being funny on his own entity, no. That's a dud. Dave Chappelle, Katt Williams, Mark Lawrence, Kevin Hart, Mike Epps, Cedric, Earthquake, and guess who is 10? Is you beach, motherfucker. Okay? Now, this list, some of them I just don't agree with. Kevin Hart, I don't find funny as well. Cedric, I don't find him funny as well. There's just some people that he put on there to me that are just like, nah, you skip out on it. Now, somebody who decided to hop on the hate train when it comes to Katt, because everybody's replying back to him, is Trick Daddy. Now, Trick Daddy was not even mentioned in this interview, but he felt the need, okay, to put himself in this because he feels as if Katt Williams mentioned his name in a stand-up not too long ago, and he feels this is the necessary time to clap back at him.
The pussy ass get on the Sharp Show and just get in your little bitch ass feeling and get in ways, and you say all type of shit you ain't supposed to say. See, there's a lot of shit about certain rap niggas I could say, but I know it's some shit that I shouldn't say, so I don't say it. You said some slick shit about me in one of your stand-up, you was being sarcastic, saying that if Trick Daddy can own a restaurant, you can do anything. Look, well, nigga, you bull-dagging looking ass fuck nigga. Keep my name
Listen, there's nothing like the Florida Read
out your mouth. I'm not no comedian.
And I do not think that Katt Williams look like a bull-dagger. If y'all don't know, that's a stud. That's a derogatory term for a stud. For my entertainers that don't know that term. Most of y'all should know it, though.
Yeah. I'm a street nigga first, okay? Keep my name out your mouth, bitch ass nigga. Keep Rickey Smiley name out your mouth. Keep all OG's name out your mouth. If you don't like a person,
my whole thing is with Trick Daddy, you're telling an OG to keep another OG's name out his mouth. This isn't like Jess Hilarious speaking on OGs because she's a newer comedian. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that's the OG to another OG. That's why I didn't mind this interview, because to me he has the accolades, he has the resume to talk that shit. He is one of the originators of comedy in that era, so he can talk that shit because he has the experience.
If you don't like a person, you don't say. I've told people that I didn't think you was funny. I ain't never said I didn't like you, and I'm glad I didn't never say I didn't like you, because by me not thinking you were funny, I actually saw you one day and I was laughing my ass off. I was crying laughing one day. Remember that little boy put you in the headlock? I was crying fucking laughing that day, nigga. Listen, man, stop talking about other niggas to be relevant in the game, the trend. Because you was trending today, and I'm going to be trending tomorrow on your bitch ass. And I'm with whatever you with, nigga. And every nigga, every comedian, everybody who you told a story got more money than me and you. You on my level, bitch ass nigga. Ha ha. The joke on you, bitch ass nigga.
Trick Daddy, I don't know about that now. Katt Williams seemed like he the type of nigga that don't spend money on a whole lot of frivolous things and has a whole lot of money saved up in his bank account. Hence why the nigga got 7 kids. And I'm just saying, like, he doesn't seem like the type of dude that balls out on cars and jewelry that he doesn't need. He seems like he wears probably the same jewelry over and over because he has probably up to millions in his bank account in savings, and he's using his money correctly. That's just the type of vibe I get from him. I may be wrong, but I don't know about that. Now, Tiffany Haddish, you guys, was also sprayed in this interview and replied back and said, I'm not mad. I just wish he would get his facts right about me. Dang, I guess I will send him a reminder text. But are we sure that is Katt Williams? He looks a lot like Charleston White. Now, when he comes and reads you, Tiffany, don't be crying.
They think they can rewrite history. That Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at.
And I've never found Tiffany funny. I find Tiffany funny in regards to acting. Just her being funny on her own, I don't find her funny. Like, she's funny with lines. I'll say that. She's funny with lines. Okay? Ludacris also got hit in this whole debacle, and he decided to clap back too with his own rap. The fancy cars, the women in the caviar. Has anybody done a remix? Not a remix, but has anyone sampled that as of recently? Because I'm surprised that hasn't been sampled, because this is the generation of sample.
On my mind, like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade because niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet, let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati, only Illuminati. And I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns. Yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise. Comedians check your temperature.
Okay. Luda still fine after all these damn years. And he's still rocking them braids. Okay. Braids, tighten them up. Okay. I see the other day somebody got stitch braids like Mr. Luda. And who was it? Oh, yeah, it was 21 Savage. And the people in the comments said, women can't have shit to themselves. I will say this. Ludacris, to me, I don't feel like should have been one of the people targeted, because at the end of the day, Ludacris isn't a comedian. I just feel as if at that point in the interview, Katt was already on a tangent. So he, to me, got sprayed unintentionally. Now, he claimed this whole Illuminati situation. Listen, that's been rumored for millions of celebrities for years. So I wouldn't be surprised. When it comes to Ludacris, I wouldn't think so. But hey, we've been surprised before. Another person who got sprayed in the interview is Earthquake. So he claims that the comedian Earthquake is illiterate and cannot read. I'm like, not Uncle Mike from Everybody Hates Chris. Goddamn. Not gonna lie though, watching Everybody Hates Chris back, it did seem a lot of the scenes that he had were improv, in that they weren't written lines. So I don't think this is too far-fetched. And why would he lie about this? It doesn't seem like he would have a reason to lie. Okay? Because certain sitcoms and certain scripted shows, certain scenes, not all the time they're scripted. If an actor goes off script and improvs a scene or improv certain lines and the director likes it, they may keep it in there just because it may add to the scene and add to the character. All right. Now, he did give some love, although some negativity was, of course, dealt with. He did give some love to some of the newer comedians, which is Just Hilarious, Desi Bank, 85 Southside Show. Now, in Country Wayne, I don't find Just the funniest. I will say that. I never did. She has her funny moments, but do I think she's like the funniest comedian or a funny ass comedian? No. I think she sensationalizes some of the stuff that she says in order to get people to laugh. That's just what I think. But I don't think of her as funny. Now, Young Miami, they're comparing the Shay Shay show to Carisha Please. Now, Young Miami snapped because people are comparing this. And in my opinion, you should be grateful that we're still talking about Carisha Please, Young Miami, because you don't have nothing but about like 5 episodes up on that damn platform. So the fact that we're even discussing it when you got 2 awards that I feel like she didn't really deserve, all because of Mr. Brother Love, I think is a little bit bitter. Like, you're doing a little bit too much. She says, Club Shay Shay ain't nothing but Carisha Please for niggas, somebody tweeted. And she tweeted, y'all always got me and Carisha Please name in y'all mouths. Shut the F up. It's not that good. If it's not that good, who the F be watching then? Corny ass bees. I feel like that tweet was a compliment because that interview is over 10 million views now. So that's no small feat. So you should be like, yes, that's twin. I don't feel like this is a diss. Carisha, you say you're going to take a break off of social media. Take that break now, because responding back to stuff like this just makes her look bitter and it makes her look angry. You need to change that damn podcast name to Please Carisha in order to take the rights from that podcast, because I'm pretty sure you don't own the trademark and Mr. Brother Love does. Just how I would guess about it. All right. And lastly, Kevin Hart was responding to him as well, because Kevin Hart got a whole lot of disses throughout this interview. So I gotta get that anger up out of you, champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer. Shameless plug. Blah blah blah. Now, Kevin, his only stand-up, I'm gonna say his only stand-up that I found funny is the I'm a Grown Little Man stand-up. That was one of the first comedy special that he did when he was in the all black. We had the black collar shirt on. That to me was one of his best stand-ups. Besides that, I don't really find him funny. He uses sarcasm a lot throughout his comedy and satire, which it doesn't really hit too much for me. Now, throughout this interview, he really exposed how the industry really works and how, certain things are kind of put out. He says that there was a movie scene where basically Rickey Smiley was going to be R-worded, and he said, can we please take that out because that's not funny. That to me showed the testament of his character, because that isn't funny. I don't know why people in the older generation used to use that as a joke. Like, getting R-word is like hilarious, because it's like not. And he also says that there's certain people in the industry, big heads, that asked for some sloppy toppy in order to, get the role. And he said no. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna say this now. I hate to make it about me, but just now, I'm not sucking no D for no role, none of that. Okay, that commercial, baby, I earned it. Okay, I auditioned for it. I got it. Okay, there was no D sucking. There was no sleeping. It was a whole lot of Zooms. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. A whole lot of Zoom meetings. Yeah, it was just for clarification. For the girlies, All right, now interview overall, I think was really, really good. We learned just a little bit behind the scenes of how the industry and certain things are put out, but the actual truth behind it. The only thing I didn't appreciate is him talking about Rickey Smiley. When he kind of addressed Rickey Smiley and the whole son thing, I think that was over the top, and that was like that crossed the boundaries. And he really should have kept it cute when it came to that, because he does have other children and other family members, and they're gonna feel away, even if it is true. They are gonna feel away about that. So they're getting sprayed with bullets unintentionally when they low-key don't deserve it. Now, what he was right about Rickey Smiley was that old lady. Bernice Jenkins, to me, has never been. Well, let me say this. She was funny when he first started doing it, because I used to be the kid that rode the bus and they used to play Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Rickey Smiley Morning Show with Juicy, with Juicy on the radio every morning. There was certain things and certain jokes that he would say that would be funny, but over the years, it kind of got overplayed. And I think that was the issue with Bernice Jenkins. Bernice Jenkins, to me, was overused. Instead of using it in maybe big situations, instead of doing all these damn church announcements every damn day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what was the problem with Bernice Jenkins. But there were certain times when he would talk about and compare, and make those announcements over the radio. I did laugh, okay, as a kid. They played it on the damn school bus. I did laugh, okay? Miss Juicy, baby. I will say that, all right? Let me know what you guys think down below about this interview. What shocked you guys about some of the stuff that was revealed? A lot of it wasn't shocking to me, to be honest, because of just things that that's being revealed now about the industry. Leave your comments down below, and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.